trouble brewing. Ask Alma. Evil doing. Ask Alma. Time for viewing. Ask Alma. Are you down, feeling low? Are trials weighing heavy on your mind? I know a place we can go. Sit back and unwind. Grab a seat, put up your feet, and we'll ask Alma. Ask her anything. She has a certain flair for being tough, but always fair. So if you need someone who cares, ask Alma. Problems big or small, she has the answers to them all. So drop your questions, have them solved by Alma. You can ask her anything. Trouble brewing. Ask Alma. Evil doing. Ask Alma. Time for viewing. Ask Alma.
Hello, hello, hello. Come on in here. Come on in here. Hey now. Happy New Year. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to Ask Alma. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen you guys since last year. So long ago. Yes. Happy New Year. Vash, how are you? Look at your handsome face. I'm sending you a hug. It is so great to be back. So great to be back. Oh my gosh. Bernadine, hello. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are doing well. We have a fabulous show lined up for you because first show back. I got to thank Leah. Let me take a minute and thank Leah, my dear niece, Leah Farmer. Thank you for holding it down for me last week. I really appreciate you. You already know that. You did a great job, an absolutely great job. We had the young women on last week. It was fun. They were fun. Yes, they had a little bit of a different take, and we needed that. So, yes. Hug accepted. Happy New Year to you, Vash. We're here. First show back of the year. So, I had to get my homies, right? Because y'all know me. I'm always nervous about everything. So I had to get my main squeezes to come in here with me. Doug, you got my message. I got to talk to you. You can call me tonight. I need to talk to you right away. So after the show, give me about 15 minutes. And I need to talk to you, okay? Okay. Leah, girl, I said thank you to you. Did you hear me? You did really good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking it on for your aunt and holding it down. You know what I'm saying? She is such a good niece. Even though I'm all in her business, you know what I'm saying? So, Leah, I appreciate you, girl. Tracy, hey, girl, hey. How you doing? So, let me welcome my fabulousness group this evening. My BFF Dee Dee. Hey, Dee Dee.
Happy New Year.
Happy
I heard
New
you
Year.
say that the last guest last week had the youngins on. Are you trying to say we old?
I'm not trying to say we all. No, that wasn't the
We
point I
are.
was trying to make. I was just saying they were younger than us.
Okay.
So they came in
Younger.
here ready. They came in there. Everybody subscribe, go to Twitter, do that. Yeah, all of that. I should just replay all of that because I really don't know what any of that means.
All of it.
Yes. Hello, Lee Ivory. Welcome.
What's
to
going on?
dear.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey.
I tell you, I had to pick up my guitar here and play along with that new theme
Heard
song.
a theme song? Don't you love it?
I was digging that. Yeah, I had to hit a few chords.
Shout out to my cousin Tracy Wright. She wrote and produced that theme song for my show and sent it to me.
It's very sweet.
I really appreciate it. It's very, very sweet because we ain't got no money. So, can't pay nobody to come up with the theme song. You know what I'm saying? So she did great.
Yes,
she really did.
She's extremely talented anyway. So
yep, she sang the vocals and the backup.
Very nice. Okay, I just want to give a quick shout out to my dear friend, Bernadine Hayes. Thank you.
Bernadine. Yes, I did a shout out to her. Loved her name. I've got family member named Bernadine. Love that name. As a matter of fact, there are 2 Bernadines in our family. Hi, Pat Walk Up. How
Patricia.
are you? Yes, good to see you. Kayla Port, welcome back, girl. Happy New Year.
I missed you guys so much. Thank you. I love my USA Today crew.
Yes. You know, I have to like always reach out to my homies when I'm like, I need y'all. So
now, Alma, you know, I got to tell this really quick story here. Now, you know, Alma, y'all probably know this already. Alma was good girl, so she wasn't hanging with the rough crew like us.
Because she couldn't. It wasn't that she wouldn't. She couldn't.
Okay. No. Quite honestly, Lee, it was because I already had from 12
all right.
Right.
But me and D and Caleb Port used to hold it down. You hear me? We used to hold it down, boy.
At
we used to have so much fun.
What was the name of it?
If I had a
at New York,
it was New York, then Windows, and then it changed. Did it change to something else?
A couple of names. It went through a whole.
Oh, so you guys.
And then we moved across the street.
Then we moved
around the corner
to Pettibones. Yeah. But Thursday night was our night. And sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, right.
Cheryl Peden, you hear them talking about Cheryl.
Yeah,
hey, Cheryl.
To be clear, we worked Sunday through Thursday, so we had Fridays and Saturdays off. So that's why Thursday night was the night, right?
Yeah, a lot of people had Friday off. Yeah, I passed by and said hello to y'all on the way to the parking garage.
I know. The trouble didn't start till after 10.
I missed the trouble. Yes, indeed. So we had Cheryl on the show, and I paired her up with Gary Graves. They did the show a couple of months ago. It was really nice. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And they both said they'll come back, which is fantastic. I'm looking forward to that. Totally looking forward to that. So you guys, I got to do the disclaimer because y'all know I always forget to do that. So I want to disclaim us. We are not psychiatrists or therapists. So if you got a big girl, big boy problem, look, ain't no shame in your game. Call up somebody and get some professional help, okay? Because you ain't got time to waste. Just handle your business. Yes.
But you know what? I think it's appropriate that there's a system where you can go find a therapist. It's on Facebook and it's called Alma.
Really?
Where you could go and get a real therapist. So if we don't do it for you, go there.
Go to Alma's, other Alma's. Yeah. Oh, yes, I did acknowledge you, Leah. Rewind when the show is over. Girl, I did a whole 5-minute thank you to you. You didn't miss. I think I did it twice. So rewind to the beginning after Tracy's theme song. Then it starts. Anyway, thank you again.
So Vosh wants a reenactment.
I don't think we can.
Of the USA Today
Vosh.
I don't think we can.
Well, we're willing to try.
Party. No,
I'm willing to try.
We could do it at the party. Remember, we talked about the party before the show started?
Yeah. Okay.
So, Vosh, you will be invited to the party because we're going to invite everybody who has been on the panel of Ask Alma. So you will be invited to the party because you have been on the panel. And then we will, do all of that and have
y'all get your shots now.
Right.
Right. Everybody get your shots.
What happens at Wilson Boulevard stays.
Yeah,
Thank you. We ain't mentioning no names.
Right? In the parking garage, right?
Oh my God.
Although let me say, and I know I say this all the time, Lee is amazing. I love him so much. He is the big brother I did not have. And I mean that because there are times when I went to Lee, and let me just say it was taken care of. Anybody mention no names? I ain't talking about no shovels. I don't know what they did or what he did. But let me say, I could go to him and say, this is happening and it shouldn't be. And that was it.
Yep.
He was a fixer.
He was the fixer. I have had grown men come up to me shaking and say, "I'm sorry." Walk away.
That should have never happened.
Well, I have too. I do too.
I know. We went to leave.
I did too. And it was just I'm sorry. I'm like,
I'm sorry. Went to leave.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
I just had to put this African soup bone on him.
Yes, indeed. So I've done a disclaimer, and I wanted to mention something to you guys. Other than the questions that are coming up, I ran across one of my competitors because I like to check out what's going on in the advice world. So there's this guy, the Therapy Gecko. Have you guys ever heard of him? Nope. So his face is green. He's dressed up like a gecko. So like he has some funny questions and some kind of wacky questions. And I ran across this one and I was wondering what you guys would think about it. So I asked the producer if we could play it tonight and he said yes. So let's check that out.
Oh my God.
I found out that I was related to the guy that I was dating. We took a DNA test. We noticed we had a lot of similar relatives. And sure enough, we are actually twins. Our parents got separated and one took the other.
How long were you dating this guy before you found out he was your twin?
6 months.
Did you guys...
Neither of us knew. I feel kind of gross about it, but should I? I didn't know.
So what do we think is next here?
Well, that's kind of why we're calling you, Geck, because we were conflicted. We're like, do we keep dating? Do we...
I think this one might be above my pay grade here. Have you spoken to a real therapist about this?
Jesus Christ.
Perhaps you should look into that.
Perhaps we should look into that.
Perhaps.
Whatever.
Wait. So did the parents just move to two sides of the world? Like he says that they split up and each took a child, but did they not have a conversation ever about twins?
No, and the more the conversation goes on, they lived in two different states. They did not talk to each other about, oh, you have a twin somewhere out there. Nope, it was none of that, because that too was some of what they talked about with what they have to deal with. So
did they say they were adopted or something?
No, they were twins and their mother took one and the father took the other.
And there was no conversation whatsoever.
No conversation about your twin. No. Yeah, and one moved to one state, one to right. So they have a situation now with their parents, like what is going on. But the thing is, they want to keep dating.
Do they?
And see where it leads.
Oh, they want someone. This sounds like the woman with the handy wipes. It's like she really didn't. She wasn't opposed to the wipe. She just wanted somebody to co-sign.
Right.
So they're trying to find someone to co-sign for this foolishness.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
You should keep dating.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
But does that really make sense though? That you have parents. One's raising one child, the other's raising the other. So in that time frame, the parents never, ever, ever had any communication between the two of them?
Or told them you are a twin.
Yeah, it's certainly bizarre. Yeah.
That's kind of, I'm not saying it's impossible because I have witnessed some strange
absolutely.
But but isn't that kind of weird that the parents would never have not a picture, not a nothing?
I think it's weird that they're not in the bathroom throwing up, quite frankly, because I would be like showering with comment. Oh my gosh.
Comment.
It's too late. It's too late now. You can't watch that all.
With the comment lead.
You can't watch that all.
You can move on.
Right with the lights on.
You can go like hypnotherapy maybe or something, but it's too late to watch it.
Oh my gosh, get the
I
bottle
wanted to do that with somebody I wasn't related
look at
to.
Cheryl. Where they from West Virginia. That's a good question, Cheryl. That's a very good
I will say long ago, it's not recent. I was at a family reunion and saw a cousin that I met and talked to, and he was there with his wife and everything. And when he walked away, really, two of my cousins and I was like, damn, is he really our cousin? Because
Well, we all had one of those.
Yeah, but like it was just that, and that was all.
I got a friend he might like. Like I'm not. Ew.
Right, that was it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
So it might be.
They know the answer. They know.
I think it's above our pay grade as well.
No, it's not. Really no, it's not above my pay grade. It's ew, nasty as hell, and you need to shower with comment and move on with your life.
Yeah, it's common sense.
And you need to go to therapy about your parents. Yeah, don't worry about your brother or your sister. You'll get to that. First things first. Go to therapy about your parents because that's where you need to start with this. Do you know it ain't?
Now I had a friend. I had a friend who ended up dating her half brother in high school because daddy was out there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it wasn't until the boy took her home to meet his mom.
Yep.
And this was a high school thing. That following Monday, he didn't show up to class. Well, he never came back.
To the school.
Right.
Shipped him
Mama
off.
was like, no.
They lived in Baltimore. Yeah. Mama shipped him off to family in New York, like overnight.
Yeah,
this ain't happening. You got to go.
Overnight. But she didn't know until years later when she ran into him. She was like, what was going on? I mean, I know it was high school and everything, and we were young and whatever. Right. He said, you never knew? She's like, I'm your brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
He's like, we have the same dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew the same situation. You know?
Yeah.
And
so,
I mean, it was a big deal because the parents had to get involved, and initially it was like they tried to play it off as we just don't like that boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
right.
And then it was like, but I like him a lot, and I'm gonna keep sitting there. It's like, okay.
No. We're not doing that.
Sit down. We got something to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And go get the comment. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, I know, right?
Ajax. So yeah, I wanted to run that by y'all. I was just curious as to what y'all would.
You knew what we were gonna say.
Oh yeah, I knew y'all were gonna ew, nasty. Yeah. I thought so too. Ew, nasty. Yeah. Hi, Tina Daniels. How are you? Tina usually has a meeting and she watches us on the rerun during the week. So that is great that she is here with us tonight. Hello. I have not seen Sharon Green. Where you at, girl? Say hello to me. Hey, fam.
Alvin.
How you doing, my brother?
Hey, Alvin.
Okay, you guys ready? Dana is our VVR for the evening. I want to thank her very, very much. So you guys, let's get started with question number 1.
Hello, my name is Dana Green, and I am the co-owner and founder of The Brainery, an academic tutorial program for students in grades K through 12 and even college. We tutor in English, math, science, histories, and test prep. You can find more information about my business at www.thebraineryexperience.com. I am so excited tonight to be your volunteer video reader. Dear Alma, a few years ago, I met a wonderful guy. We married, blending our families, his child and my 3 children. My children's father is not active in their lives. My stepson's mother is absent, so I became a mother to his child as well. Eventually, I became pregnant, so we have a child together. Our lives were going well with my extended family and in-laws to the point where we went on vacations and gathered for all kinds of events. Recently, I was involved in a discipline of my stepson. He was not happy with how things turned out and went to my in-laws, who turned on me. It's been horrible with the mistreatment and bullying. My husband and our biological child are stuck in the middle. How do I resolve this? Do I have to continue to let my child go someplace where I'm mistreated? Help.
Thank you, Dana, for that. I want to say hey to Gail Dorsey and Sean. How y'all doing? Let's recap. So this woman is married to a guy. They both had kids. Both kids, they did the what was that show that used to come on? Brady Bunch. They did the Brady Bunch. And then they had a child. Everything was doing great. Hi, Chris Hunter. And then she had to discipline her stepson, which she did. And the stepson was upset about what she did and went to his grandparents to let them know that he was upset about what she did. And so the grandparents have now knocked her out of the gatherings, coming over for dinner. Yeah, they're kind of like, being bullies towards her and giving her the cold shoulder. So she is asking, what could she do about that? Now I know what I think, but I'm gonna let the panel get started. Y'all get started with that one.
My first question: what did her husband have to say?
Right. It's like she's not
his parents, right?
His parents. Yeah.
What did he have to say? One, about the disciplining of his son, her stepson.
Right.
And what has he got to say about his parents?
She did not mention him. Right. She did not mention him. So, and I'm right there with you, Kay. Like, why are we even having this conversation? Because he should be having a conversation.
Yeah.
With his parents.
And I think
he needs to check his son and then check his parents, because I'm sure she feeds him, and whatever her discipline is stands, because they're family now, and he needs to talk to his parents.
But I do wish that we had more information. I totally agree. That's the first thing I thought. We all think on the same page with that. Mm-hmm. But I do wish we had more information though about what he did and then what she did.
Right.
To discipline him.
Yeah.
Because superficially, it seems like, okay, they're tripping because it was just a disciplinarian kind of situation. But if she did something crazy, that's a different story.
Right. If his crime doesn't match the time or whatever. Right. But the other thing too, I was thinking, if I'm not saying that she overdid the discipline, but if it was a little bit harsh, then the husband should have had a conversation with her.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, the crime or the punishment or whatever is irrelevant. What should have happened is if the husband thought that it was beyond what it should have been,
the scope,
they should have had that conversation. Yep. Anything that was going on with those children and those two adults should be in their house.
Right.
Yeah. And the stepson needs to be told that this is not how we handle this.
Yeah.
You don't go find allies to mistreat me or to mistreat my wife.
Right.
Because you don't like the way something has turned out. So, and the grandparents should know better.
Yeah, the husband is.
We should, but no, I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
Right, Lee?
Alvin said, like,
they said, what to you? What she say to you?
Alvin said, like, throw a shoe at it.
That's like Ava now. When she comes to talk to me to tell me something, she never says mom and dad. She goes, grandma. They told me.
They.
That's like Bernie Mac. Him downstairs.
Yeah.
What a milk and cool.
Him downstairs. Sharon said she was late. Girl, I called you out. I was getting ready to hold the show until you got here. So I am glad you're here. Good.
What did Tracy have to say?
Happy New Year.
Tracy said, first of all, the grandparents have no say, and the child needs to know that. Second, where's the husband?
Exactly.
Which is what we said.
Exactly.
But you know what? Like I do, I'm putting all my business out there as I usually do. But I was a step parent for a little while during my first marriage, and I really have to say I was a much better stepmother than I was a mother. Like my relationship with my stepdaughter, I knew like really great things a kid should do and learn. And I, kept her on track. I wasn't mean to her or anything, but I was able to on track. Whereas with Josh, he'd be like, I don't really think I want to do that. I'd be like, then with my stepdaughter, I'd be like, well, you can't quit. I mean, you got to, make it to the end, try it 3 more times, see if you like it, and then we'll figure out, if you want to give it up or not. But don't give it up at the first try. I had all of that in
Yes.
It's great. Whereas with Josh, he'd be like, I don't want to go no more.
Well, boys are different anyway. The boys are just different. That says, and answering the question about whether the grands can see the younger grandchild while dissing the mom. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but is that a no? So it's like, I'm mad at how you guys are treating me, but I'm going to keep my kid home and send the rest of them. I wouldn't do that.
I think it's more of I'm going to invite you. I'm going to invite my grandchild over, but exclude you. You can't exclude the child's mother. You can't treat her bad and then welcome the child over.
No, but I think if all the kids going, all the kids have to go.
Okay, I get that, but that's part of the conversation. Is we have to now have you will not mistreat me and see my child.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I don't know. I have a different take on it. I'll go ahead, Lee.
And I was just going to say, they just need to have an adult conversation.
Right.
All of them.
Everyone.
And everybody just need to sit down and say, okay, this is what happened. This is how y'all reacted. And this is not cool. And if we're going to be a family, we need to talk this through,
Yeah. But okay, so Leah, you're saying Carl and Martin did what? She still let the kids go, even though she disagreed with it. I think I get it. And I know the mom is in her feelings and the grandparents are in their feelings too. But I don't know, I'm a big advocate. If you don't, even as two parents, if y'all not getting along, you still need to send the kid over. Y'all work that out. I just don't think kids should ever be.
I think I'm more talking about the isolation. If everyone's invited, kids and everyone's invited, but we don't want you to come, or we're going to mistreat you.
But you just in your feelings.
But you're not going to mistreat me.
Right, you ain't gonna mistreat me, but I'm not gonna stop Josh from going.
Right, you're absolutely right.
But
I think one of the points is, and this is probably a lesson for anyone that's about to create a blended family, is you need to talk about boundaries before the wedding. There has to be some kind of conversation about, because it's easy for us to say, well, she was my niece and I raised her. So if you're I've had 2 experiences where similar things happen. So maybe there needs to be some understanding about how we're going to move forward, especially when there's missing parents. Because with the missing mom, grandmom probably always thought she needed to protect grandchild.
Right.
So now he has a stepmom, but it's still my job. So she did something you didn't like. You came to me, and it became this, this mess. Where again, I'm back to where's the husband?
Where's the husband? Absolutely. Because if it's a trip to King's Dominion, all the kids need to go, and she needs to figure it out when they come back, that kind of thing. But
you can't tell me if I'm feeding them, clothing them, caring for them, worried about their safety and well-being, that I shouldn't be in my feelings about it.
You can be in your feelings about it, but I also think that sometimes, even if it's not a step parent, and like we said before, I wish we knew more.
Yeah.
Hi, Ronald.
That's my boy from Henderson. PB.
Ronald,
what's up, PB? What's up, PB?
I think sometimes, and D, you are a school teacher.
Right.
So you have the communication things down. I mean, you were like that when you were in the newsroom. So it's not that just because you're a teacher and around kids all the time, but that has always been a strength for you. I don't think that's a strength for everybody. And I think sometimes when we say all of y'all need to come together and have a conversation, that's a nice thing to say.
Right. You're right.
But a lot of people don't know how to do that. And so I think, until you can kind of get through your feelings a little bit, all the kids should always be together. And then the grown-up people figure out that grown-up thing.
You're right. Absolutely
and if they, don't invite her, I don't really want to go somewhere that I'm not wanting anyway. And I would actually use that to start the conversation. See, it wouldn't be about.
There is an expectation. She's the stepmother. There's an expectation that she is parenting this child until they don't like her parenting, and it doesn't work that way.
Right.
That's
I
not
totally
how
agree.
It works. Right.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to be the parent of this child, then you have to accept the way I parent them.
Yes.
And again, back to where's the dad? Because
where's the dad?
He's
right.
the one. He's the the linchpin that nobody else seems to be. He should have checked mom.
Well, clearly he doesn't, or we would have, she would have mentioned something about that. But all kids still have to go.
Oh yeah,
all y'all they still have to go over for whatever the grandparents are doing, because otherwise you missed grandparent time.
Right.
While the grown up were acting crazy.
His children, their children, they all need to go.
Yeah, they all need to go. So
they all need to go because the children didn't do anything.
Right.
And I always want to make sure because I've been in situations like this, I always want to make sure that the ills of the parents aren't befalling the children. Right. So just because mama may be angry with grandma doesn't mean that grandma's going to hurt me. I never want the child to think that because this situation isn't exactly the way it's supposed to be right now, that it somehow will filter down to me. No, grandma still loves you. I'm going to assume grandma's going to treat you the way grandma has always treated you. I'm going to trust grandma to be in your presence.
Right
now, grandma, you don't have a reason things,
not to.
Grandma and I have some things we need to work out, and that's okay. But that's some adult stuff. You guys go over there and have a good time.
Yeah,
I'm not going to stop that because I had a relative who did the exact opposite, and it ruined the children because the children thought at some point it was their fault.
Right. And
because that's just how children think.
Manipulative. That didn't start yesterday. That started with kids. Always have been. And you know what? I don't know. I laugh to myself sometimes when we talk about this, and we can go to the next question, but I want to throw this out here with you guys because it cracks me up. Are kids really manipulative? Because quite frankly, all of us, no, but hold on, let me add, no, because quite frankly, all of us like to go to where we think we can get what we want. We do it as adults. So why when kids do it, we say, "Oh, they so manipulative." Really?
Yeah, we learn it as kids, and then we get better at it as adults. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know what? But you know what though? My cousin used to say, "Common sense ain't so common after all." And it just seems like you hear about more and more stuff like this where families are feuding over foolishness and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like, when of course there've always been cases, but there just seems to be like this wave of just stupidity these days.
I don't think it's more. I think we're just more exposed to it.
Maybe. I don't know.
You want to know what I think it is? Everybody is too much in their feelings. You know what? Send me the emails. I don't mind, because now, and I get it. Like I do think people should not be bullied or
Liz
people. Hi Liz. But like, stop being all in your feelings all the time because somebody hurt your feelings. I remember growing up, and I would be like, "Oh, mama, you hurt my feelings," and she would be like, "And what? And what?" Like,
you went and found a corner until you worked it out.
Thank you.
But Pat brings up a good point. She said, it disappeared. She said, what if grandma is bad mouthing mom? Now, she's doing that in front of the children, then we have another situation.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I was so confused. I was seeing Alvin's comments, but it wasn't his face. And I was like, wait a minute.
It was Martin Luther King.
It's Martin Luther King.
MLK on his profile.
Is that the Martin the Luther King? Have y'all ever heard somebody say, "Is that the Martin the Luther King?" Like, it's
Martin the Luther King
in the middle. Yeah. But Alvin, yes, that's him with paying homage to the holiday.
Yes, I was like, I kept looking at it.
So this is fantastic. I love the comments. I love the comments from the panel. I love the comments from the folks watching. I think we do need a little bit more information, but talk to grandma. Talk to grandma. And not let the kids go around if she's not bad mouthing you. Yeah. That's what we got, right? Okay. Hey, thank you guys. All righty. Let's go to the next question.
Dear Alma, I have a close friend that I love dearly, but about 50% of the time when we make plans, she cancels. She has some underlying health issues. She was a smoker for many years and regularly comes down with colds and other illnesses. She'll cancel on the day of the event because she doesn't want to infect me, which is certainly more considerate than coming and coughing and sneezing. And in the time of COVID, nobody wants to risk anything. The problem is that I am a caregiver, and making time to see her means setting up alternative arrangements in advance so someone could look after my elder. I also value the ability to simply get away for a few hours. When she cancels, my chance for a break is gone, along with the opportunity to see her. What would you say or do? I truly love this person, but it's hard to count on her. Thank you. Signed, wants to stay friends.
I know that's
life.
All too well,
It's life.
Yeah.
So, Lee, we'll let you get started.
Well, I don't think there's a whole lot she can do about that because I think that, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Right. So I think that what she needs to do going forward is to get another friend. Or
That's what Tracy just
That's what Tracy said.
Oh, is that what? Yeah. Yeah, Tracy, we on the same page. We're on the same page. Because if it's, 3 or 4 of them going and, she cancels, it's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Because, she's not going to change her life. She's set in the, in her ways and stuff like that. So don't even worry her pretty little head about that. You're not going to change people.
She can be her phone friend.
Yeah, she can be a phone friend.
Or be her phone friend. She can call her, they can talk for hours, and then she can go out with somebody else.
She can be in with the group, and if she doesn't make the group thing, it is what it is, But don't be fretting and worrying so much about that,
Right.
Keep it moving.
Because what Bernadine said, illness overrides everything. And if you don't feel good, you don't feel good. And you should legitimately be able to say, I don't feel good. And your friend should understand that. So just like you want her to be this amazing friend, you should also be this friend.
The whole perfect timing. Every time we're supposed to go somewhere, you don't feel well.
Yeah, and
to me that she's just not really interested in going. So stop inviting her.
Yeah.
Go find somebody else.
No, I wouldn't stop inviting her.
Thank you, Dee.
Stop inviting her.
No, I wouldn't stop inviting her, but I'm saying make it a group thing, you know what I mean? And get another friend or a third.
She'll infect everyone. No.
Oh,
stop inviting her.
She's not going. She ain't gonna infect nobody. I'm just saying, I wouldn't turn her out.
I didn't say stop being friends with her. I didn't say stop communicating with her. I said stop inviting her out places.
That's okay.
Right.
They can have a complete relationship, but when she's ready to go someplace, she needs to invite someone else.
Yeah. I agree with Dee. I completely agree with Dee. You have to recognize the limitations of the people that are your friends, right? Yes. Some people you cannot count on. I have a friend. I cannot count on this person to be anywhere at any time that they're supposed to be there. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They are going to be late.
Maybe. And
that's if they come, right? They're going to be late.
They come, right. Because you know what I think is funny? We're talking about this, and I'm not going to call her out because she might be watching. She might be back in Florida. I'm not sure. But hey, girl, hey, you know who you are. I won't mention your name. So I have a dear, love her. Just, love my sister girl. She going to be late every time. I mean, we've had doctor's appointments and she was late picking me up, but then again it's like, why did I ask her? I know she's gonna be late. But the other thing too that's hilarious, she just walks in when late is on the way. Hey, she don't say nothing. She doesn't say I'm sorry,
with the Starbucks.
Right.
With the Starbucks.
Walk in.
Hey, crumbs on her from eating.
But see, dudes are a little bit different though.
Yeah, they are.
Dudes are a little bit different because when we do that, Alma, like I said, it's like 3 or 4 of us. And if one cat is always making excuses or not showing up or whatever, and it's not necessarily a health thing. Yeah. But if that's the case, we don't sweat that. It's like we just keep it moving. It's like, all right, probably.
I think I have a male friend. I'm sorry, Alma.
No, the one thing I want to say about her, because she probably is watching, and I do want to clarify. The one thing I want to say is,
why you keep throwing yourself under the bus?
Right? For my birthday party, they would not seat the group or take us because we had an experience. They would not take all of us until everybody was there. Like they were not going to go back down to the lobby and get anybody. Everybody had to be there before. And I said that to her like 3 times. They will not take us until everybody is there.
Yeah, that's
Do you know she was like 30 minutes early. When I went in and walked in and was sitting in the lobby, I thought, oh, that lady looked like my friend. She was like, girl, I didn't want to be late. I was like, oh my gosh, which showed me when you want to be on time, you can be on time. And when you don't, it's because you just don't. And I think that he has to be held accountable.
It says true friends know in advance the habits of their friends. So just remember this when you make plans.
I say that, but you
know your people. Know your people. Know your people. And don't be mad at them when they are who they are. If you know they late,
right.
If you know she's 50% of the time is what she said.
Right.
Half the time when I'm supposed to hang out with you, you're either sick or you don't show up, you're late, whatever. Okay, so I don't know if she's communicated this to her friend, but I would absolutely say to my friend the next time we're going to meet at Cheesecake Factory at 1, I would say to her, if your ass is not there at 1:15, I am going home.
Right.
Understand? 1:15.
Right. I would eat, enjoy my food, go do whatever.
And go get my nails
done. I'm gonna get some takeout. I'm gonna get me some pie, and I'm gonna go home.
I would just have.
That's all you
have.
It must be a couple of us. It would just be a couple of us. You know what I mean?
And alter your life. You want to alter your life to suit her poor schedule. Go ahead and do what you want to do. If you join me, fantastic. If you don't join me, then I'm still going to enjoy it. Men,
and go to the movies by
yourself.
It's not a bad thing. You can go to the movies by yourself and have a good time. Better than or call somebody else. Right. Or like Tracy and Doug said, tell her 12 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, she'd be there, you'd be there.
But you know what? See, no, those people, they get to the place, but they'll know that you told them an hour early, and then they're still going to be late.
They're
still going to be late. They're going to like, oh, she just gave me an hour early because she knows I'm always late, so I'm still going to be late. Like people will call you and say, I'm 15 minutes away, knowing full well they haven't left the house yet.
They have not left the house.
Right.
That's why I tell the truth. I tell the truth.
But that's why
I haven't left yet.
Right.
Can we do this at 10? Can we change it to 11?
Do 2 or 3 of you, and you take all of that worry, all of that anguish out of the equation. You don't have to worry about it. She don't show up, cool. Y'all still have fun. You know what I mean?
Moving.
That is true, man.
But the other thing that I would tell her is don't put everything on this one person. Yeah. Like if she isn't feeling good, she doesn't show up, it's okay. Understand that you're a friend. Just move on to part 2. It's a big life. It's a big life. You can do more than one thing.
You know what else we have not factored? We may not have factored in that she may not have a lot of friends, which is why this is cumbersome for her.
Right.
She may not be one of those people that has alternatives. This may be, I know, right?
Hopefully she gets one more.
A cousin.
A cousin or co-worker. Hell, she called one of us. We'll go.
Call us.
And be on time. You know I'm going to be on time.
That's so true. We're going to be on time.
So, you know, she got that one buddy. And if that one buddy lets her down, then she's completely let down. She doesn't have any backup. So that might be part of the equation.
This isn't new.
This is not new.
It's happened a couple of times.
Exactly, Bernadine. That's what I'm saying.
So you have to ask yourself why. Why is she still putting up with this foolishness? Maybe she doesn't have any alternative. This is it. That's all she got.
But I tell you what, after the first time she says, I'm not going to wait
anymore. We need to befriend her so she can hang out with us, damn it.
The woman is either going to get it together or just tell her she can't go. After that, people that are late always think you won't leave them. And they think, oh, well, she'll wait for me because she's been waiting for me for 10 years, so she'll wait for me now. After that first time when they come out and you're not there, they will either decide, okay, I need to be early or on time, or I'm not going to go.
Tell her I will be her friend. Tell her to call me. I will go hang out with her so she can leave Boo Boo Kitty alone.
This email came from Minneapolis. So Cheryl said, and she's working on having no friends.
Hey,
Bernadine said, call on God. Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Plan B.
I made a lunch date one time with two of my friends. They shall remain nameless. Now, you know where I live in Woodbridge, right? They lived in Springfield, and the restaurant was in Springfield. And I beat them to the restaurant. I was furious.
The closer you live, the later you're going to be anyway. My high school boyfriend lived across the street from his high school. He was late every day for 4 years. They gave him an award at graduation. They said he could have spit on the school from his house. He was late every day for 4 years. So
but
that's
y'all know me. Y'all know me. Y'all probably have known me for 35 years, and you probably have never seen me mad, about anything of consequence. I was pissed. Because I'm like, I done drove all the way from Woodbridge, and y'all live around the corner, and y'all still late. I let them have it.
Because that Woodbridge traffic is something else.
Oh, it wasn't no joke.
Ain't no joke.
But you know what?
You need a damn passport.
There you go. You know what? I never put myself in that position again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like,
See, you always stressing about people showing up. I'm just gonna have a good time by myself. If you don't show up,
it was about disrespecting my time. That's what that was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a different thing with me, and I was like, "Come on now, y'all doing that color stuff."
I will say, and Kay will find this to be amusing. I live.
Leah.
We put her at the hotel 1 block away from the church.
Hey, Leah.
And called her several times the next day.
Leah be that late.
Oh, that must be a family thing then.
It's a family thing. They told Gill when we got married, they told Gill, because I showed up on time to a couple of family events. They were like, oh, you're good for her because she'll come to your house the next day sometimes. Hey now. Y'all have fun yesterday.
I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Gill, who made sure my maid of honor was at my wedding early.
Yeah. I married a military guy. I look at
that's right. Yeah, military. Yeah, right.
So he'll get you up 6 hours before your flight. Come on, girl, let's go.
Get me. We've been doing that for years.
I'm like, hold on.
I was gonna post pictures of us leave, but I'll wait until you're on the next show. We'll post the pictures from WABJ's dinner.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna go. What we tell this lady? Like, not get a life in a mean way, but get a life in a nice way. Like, you need to have a backup.
Find some other friends to go.
Yeah.
Don't let this woman. Don't let like Bernadine said. Don't let this woman dictate your happiness.
Right. Yeah.
Invite another friend or a couple of friends, so it's a group thing, and so you won't be just so disappointed and crushed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Join a book club. It's a couple things.
Keep it moving,
Yeah. Chelsea, Lou, how are you? She said, let's hang out, girlfriend.
Call Miss K.
Call Miss K. That's right. Okay, you guys are ready for the next question.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, everyone. My name is Patrice, and I'm this week's VVR for Ask Alma. Here's the question. Dear Alma, my 59-year-old father may have conceived a child with his 28-year-old girlfriend. I say may because his girlfriend sleeps around, and everybody in town knows it. My father is raising this child as his own. He asked my siblings and me to accept this baby and his girlfriend in our lives. He wants them included to family parties, holidays, birthdays, cookouts, etc. I believe that before we welcome this conniving duo into our family, he needs to take a DNA test. How do I suggest this without getting him mad at my sister and me? My brother says it's not our business. What do you think?
I think you know how your brother can be.
The brother for president.
Really?
Brother for president. Yeah. Mind your business.
Yeah.
Is he her father?
Huh? You said, I'm sorry, go ahead. You want to recap, Alma?
Yeah.
Oh, so in the private chat we had we were having difficulty with the third question, so this question was rerun.
Oh, okay.
So it is a woman whose dad is having a baby with a very young woman, which that's really what it's all about.
Yes.
Yeah, if she were older,
She's younger than his kids.
right, I don't think they'd have any problem with it. But she's almost 30 years younger than the dad, and the father wants them to accept her, accept his new child, and everybody live happily ever after. But the daughter wants the dad to take a DNA test, and the brother says, "Mind your business." And she wants to know how to bring up this conversation to suggest that her dad goes and does this. So
Leah says she's minding her business, but she's swabbing the baby.
to myself with nobody else to know.
All pacifiers off into the,
But Tina and Tracy hit it right on the head. Family meeting time, and it's my business if I'm expected to invite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only your business if you're expected to invite them to your house. Yeah. If you don't want her at your house, then that's a different issue. But it is none of you. If he wants to feed that baby, let him.
I was thinking that too.
I don't think it's anybody's daggone
none.
Business who he claims to be, whatever, unless it is directly impacting them on a daily basis, or maybe they think in the future they're not going to get something because of this baby. So what is the real reason that you're worried as to whether or not this is his child or not his child? You worried about the inheritance, greedy ass? Don't worry about that. How about
is she gonna take her $50?
I know, man.
How about
a lot of resentment, Ronald?
He could have picked up any damn body. He could have been dating her. She could have had a child. Are you not going to invite her and her child? Because why? What difference? From my perspective, it doesn't make a daggone bit of difference.
And they're all
if you love your father, love your father, you got a good relationship with your father, whoever he decides to do whatever with and end up with whatever from, fine, bring him on. Come on.
All right.
That's fine.
Yeah. But see, I see it a little bit.
Call me auntie, I don't care. Call me sister, I don't care.
I know, right?
I don't care.
I agree with a lot of that, Kate, but I also, if it's my daddy, I don't want him to look like a fool. You know what I mean? And so
I'm gonna when you got here.
I'm gonna pull him to the side. I'm gonna pull him to the side and just have a heart-to-heart with him and say, listen, this may not be true. I know you love her and all that kind of stuff, but this is what is in the street. Okay? And
but
so
Lee, if you know it's in the street,
wait a minute,
it's in the street.
No,
wait a minute. Before you knew
no, maybe not. Maybe not.
And, okay, so what? So you told him now what?
He digs her. He digs her.
It's not going to stop
so
her.
You told him
if he finds
now
out
what?
It's not his baby.
And if he doesn't, keep it moving. You know.
But then, who was the truth for? Was the truth for you or your father? Because your father, the father didn't.
I'm saying it from the perspective of I care for my dad. Okay.
He met her at the corner bar, so it's not like he did not know who she was.
Well, but knowing who she was, I mean, everybody thinks they're gonna change people when they marry them or get with them. Everybody thinks that all them bad habits that you used to have. And blah, 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 blah.
Are you saying that the man? Are you suggesting that the man in this relationship believes that he is going to get this young girl and he's going to change her? Because that's usually accused. We're usually accused of that. Yeah, so you're saying this man thinks that he's going to change this girl?
Absolutely is what I'm saying. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Older guy, young girl. He thinks he's going to teach her something.
Yeah,
he's going to mold her,
or settle her down, or mold her a little bit. You know,
and he might.
I doubt
it. That baby.
But I think
doubt it.
That's what is
That's just what old men like to think.
Exactly. So I didn't say he was right.
Right.
So
right.
Let's ask the question.
I'm sure.
So let's ask the question. What if it's not his? What if it's not his? Now what?
Right.
That's up to him. I mean, you know, you've done your job, like Dad.
And so wait, when the kids' Christmas gift is under the tree, Lee, what you gonna say? Well, he's not really our brother. So
no, that's you know. Look, the baby didn't ask to be here, right?
Right.
So you treat a baby like a baby, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But in terms of, you know, you just want your dad to be aware. Okay.
My mother used to say,
you've done your job.
They save you.
Right.
Mama said you feed them.
Feed them long enough, they look just
in
like
the family. Because you know,
I like what Bernadine just said, though.
If the baby isn't his, she might be running a game on him and make him pay for a lot of kids that may not be his.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But again, he's a grown man. He's good and grown. He got grown children. So we can't pretend like, oh,
yeah, but a grown man can
he doesn't know what's going on.
Now his kids,
and Pat said, is he raising the child if he's raising the child as his own, he's the dad.
He's the dad.
But they also the kids are concerned that she might be cheating on him. And I understand that part, but he's choosing her and this baby.
But you're choosing to tell your daddy,
no.
Here's the thing. Now, I would have a different relationship with my dad. Okay?
I have a great, regardless of our relationship, I'm not going to walk up to my father and say, hey, you know, that chick you with might be sleeping around and that baby might not be yours. We ain't having that conversation.
But see, maybe that's a male-female thing. Because dudes would do that. A dude would do that. You know what I mean?
Ronald said that he wouldn't. Ronald just said, right, D. So
I don't speak for all males. But I'm saying, you know, the school that I come from.
Right.
He's going to say, boy, mind your business. We got a good thing going on.
Okay. And you've done your job then. You keep it.
But is it your job? That's the question.
Yeah, it is my job to try to protect my daddy from looking like a fool. Yeah, it's my job.
But if he's sleeping with a young,
to keep my family from looking like a fool, if I can help
but,
it. Yeah.
But what part of it is fool? Is it the fool because? But what part of it is the fool? Is it the fool because he's dating this younger woman because he already knows that? Is it the fool because he might have had that she might have had this child and it wasn't his? Is it the fool because he's going to be raising this child and paying the money and it might not be his? Where is he a fool?
Yeah.
If it's not his child and she's still sleeping around while they're married, which is
they're not married.
Well, married. Yeah, I thought you said they were married.
I don't think so.
She just she's young girl and she's having a baby.
Together, whatever.
Right.
So, you know.
I think it says the dad wants to marry her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But whatever. You know, but yeah, that part, right? Yeah, that part. You know, I mean, I wouldn't want my daddy to look like a fool, so I would tell him, and if he can do with that information, whatever he wants to do with it. But you know, I've done my job. You know.
Well, you don't want him to look like a fool unknowingly.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right. You just want him to be an informed fool.
Exactly. If that's what he chooses to do, I've done my job.
But like Ronald said, he ain't a new fool. He an old fool. I'm right there with you, Ronald. Let him be.
He done managed to have at least another wife and a whole bunch of kids. So
I
think him embracing the young lady and the baby is different than him expecting his children to embrace the young lady and the baby. Now that he might have to like step back on because they're not feeling her, and you know they don't want to be nice to her, especially if she's much younger than them. Yeah, they don't want to treat her like part of the family.
Yeah, but you can't do one without the other.
Sure, you can.
No, you can't. No,
Why
you can't.
You?
If he embraces her, the family is gonna have to do it too. Why? Because he's gonna be bringing her around with the baby. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Doug, we're not ready for that.
Is the brother telling his sisters to mind her business because it may be his baby?
Doug, oh my gosh.
They might be twins.
I saw this on Doug. What is that paternity show the other day?
Right.
I saw this where the two brothers had been with the same woman. And, it was a mess.
The reason the baby looked like you because it's your brother's baby.
Oh, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
That was hilarious. I love that, Doug. Thank you. And that's a good ending and wrap up to that question, Doug.
I know.
Oh my gosh, Lee Ivory, you are always there for me, and I appreciate you more than you know.
Anytime. Like Cheryl said quickly, what is it if it's his baby? Then what?
Right. I said that early
all
on.
good. It's all good. Everything's all good.
It'll be his because he wants it to be his.
But then his daughters are still not going to embrace her, and that's, you know, just have to live with that.
You jump in a bridge.
She said that. She said we do not want to. She said we do not want to embrace
if it is his baby, you know, maybe they will warm up to it.
Feed him, you save him. It'll be fine. So
where does the time go, Alma?
Where does the time go? I don't know. It goes
Y'all
by
fight
so
too much.
fast. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. And I appreciate every single person who watched and hung out with us tonight. We really enjoyed hanging out with you guys a lot. So please come back and see us next Tuesday. Want to thank the VVRs, my fabulous panel. Happy New Year. And thank you guys for coming back and starting this new year with Dee and me. I really appreciate that. Yes. So we will see you guys. Tell friends they can watch the rerun all week.
DJ.
Yes, everybody, please come back and see us next Tuesday, 7:00. Have a good week, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.